We're going to take a look at 3 AM/FM shortwave radios in this video. We're going to take them out to the desert, try them out and compare them, see how they stack up. We got 2 new ones and 1 vintage one. This one we need to repair. This is Panasonic. It was given to me as not working. It is a RF519. Panasonic made really good stuff. Radios, Panasonic radios from this era were just the best. So we're gonna, in the beginning of this video, we're gonna get this fired up and fix it, whatever it takes. Probably not much since it's a Panasonic. We featured this in a previous video as a modern radio. And I was sort of impressed, but a little bit disappointed because it has sort of a background squealing. Everybody thought or suggested it was due to the display. It is not due to the display because you turn the display off. I think if you do that, the squealing does not go away. And everybody recommended this, and I can already tell you I'm impressed with this. These 2 radios are based on both the same integrated circuit. I forget, TEF. What is it? TEF 6686, which I guess was a car radio IC. So I'm very impressed with this. It was a little bit more pricey than this, but well worth it. It gets high marks right off the get-go for having a removable 18650 lithium-ion battery. This is not a legitimate NCR Panasonic cell. I can tell by the weight of it. It's counterfeit. It's probably about a 1 amp battery, where the legit NCR is about 2800 or 2.8 amps. One thing I don't like is it cannot use a flat top cell. It has to have a button top, which, why? Why? Just make it so it will work with both. So anyway, we'll get into this. We'll compare these out in the desert. I can tell you right now that this one weighs about 60% less than this one. I mean, this is a freaking brick. So, yeah, this is disturbing, but counterfeit. You can tell if lithium-ion cells are legit or not by the weight of them. And this is not legit. Probably, you know, a real cell is very expensive. So anyway, let's dive into the Panasonic here. See how close we can zoom in on that. Look at that. And see what it takes to get this working. Then we'll head out, do a hike and mine explore. And we'll do some radio comparison, some midnight DXing. Look at the case that one comes in. It's like a soft case and then a hard case. This one is definitely getting high marks, but we won't know about performance until we get it out into the bush. All right, Panasonic RF519 AM/FM solid state. Imagine that. Before we even power it up, let's do a little inspection on the inside. I guess there's a little bit of corrosion. It's not bad. These use those little pill transistors. See what we can do here to get this to focus. And there is an example. Okay, let me annoy everyone and play with the focus on the camera for a minute. Let's see here. Let's see how, if we can use this camera as a freaking microscope. Okay, it's just hard to hold it still. So there you go. There's one of the little RF pill transistors. And here's another one under here. It's got the lovely FM potted in wax or some type of... There's probably a transistor buried in there. One of these days, I'm going to build a kit radio and show how to align these things. I got a really neat high-end kit radio. Basically, you align the FM with a brass rod or a ferrite rod, and these coils where they expand and contract, like this green coil right here, the way you adjust these, you say they have wax on them, the way you adjust them is you hold a brass rod next to it. If the sensitivity or performance improves, you space it out. If you hold a ferrite rod next to it and the performance improves, you close it up. So brass detunes, ferrite tunes, or ferrite increases inductance, brass reduces. That's how you align these. You can see all these coils are sort of like that. Anyway, it looks good. It's got the crappy purple capacitors, but let's power it up. Panasonic, it should work. All right, 6 volts. Let's see what we got here. We got our light bulb there. Okay. Current regulation. This be ground. And this be positive. Meltomatic by Ronco. Let's see. Seems like the switch is just dirty. Let me spray that.
어르신들이 뭐 다 아시는 매뉴얼 보고 그냥 나인원은 50번. 50번 딱 누르면 나인원에 내가 전화했을 때 그쪽에서 영어로 나한테 실행을 합니다. 거기에 대한 답변을 뭐를 해야 하는가 이런 것들이 이 속에 다 들어있어요. 나인원원 신고할 때 어떻게 해야 하는가 나인원원을 들려드리겠습니다. 응급 상황 보고하기. Emergency operator, state your emergency.
This is a medical emergency. I need an ambulance right away.
Give me some details.
My husband just collapsed. He is unconscious.
What is your name and address?
Jane Kim, 100 South Street.
He needs another booster. Let's get this fired up. Let's get this part going. Yeah, this seems like one of those radios that's so hypersensitive you can't even use it in the city. Wow, if that's LA Oldies, that is a hot radio.
Of entering the market, what would you? I've learned this. And the idea that there's this.
Se da un paso.
Es hijo de Doña Tuta. Caray. For others, hazy or blurred. Mostrándole tarjeta amarilla. Finding at night difficult. GA worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you don't wait. You're listening to KNX News.
Former President Trump on trial. The latest from KNX News, 97.1 FM.
For the first time in U.S. history, a former president will be tried in a court of law. President Trump in a New York courthouse facing 34 counts of falsifying business records to keep an alleged extramarital affair public. Larry Sabato is the director. To be in the courtroom during the trial. And the trial is estimated to last about 6 weeks. Just opened with Brandon. He's not going to be able to get out.
Yeah, it just overloads.
We're getting reports that Israeli media is saying that cruise missiles and drones, dozens of drones, have been launched by Iran toward Israel. We'll have the latest for you here on KNX News. It's 2:41.
Well, that dates the video, doesn't it?
Coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM, a man has been arrested connected to a series of attacks along the Venice Canal. And Iran has launched dozens of drones and missiles toward Israel. The latest for you here on KNX News. First, though, the traffic update brought to you by Here's the latest. These boys and no problem today. So whether you're on our bed,
This is on FM. Boy, it's a hot radio. I don't even have the antenna on it.
Honestly,
thank you to Wingland. 107.5. But tienen el. What's the record? Don't want you. So what can you be stepping with a size 7 man? Yeah, one.
Pretty hot radio. This is going to be a good comparison. The only thing wrong with it was the switch was dirty. Wow, it's Panasonic. That's National Panasonic for you. All right, let me get this buttoned up. Unfortunately, the little battery cover is missing, so I'll have to come up with something for that. And we'll hit the road, and we'll pick this back up out in the desert, and we'll try these 3 radios out. Yeah, definitely if you're looking for late 60s to early 80s radio, you can't go wrong with a Panasonic. I sort of want to take the ESR meter and check a bunch of these electrolytic capacitors, but that seems easier said than done. They're potted in wax, and you can't get to them, and it's a bodge-tastic. I mean, good luck with that. Well, believe it or not, most of them are actually measuring good. In fact, I haven't found a bad one yet. So what's happened here, I'm going to try and zoom in on it, is I'm going to focus in on that, would you? The oxidation has crawled its way up through the wire for the battery, the alkaline. And see how corroded that wire is? It doesn't matter how far back I go and strip it off. I think what I'm going to have to do is unplug this and replace this wire if I ever want that solder to stick. Okay, this is 1090, the mighty 1090 out of Tijuana. It's a sports thing, but it's DX to me. The Panasonic is nailing it hard.
I don't know. I mean, I think they tied for the fewest franchise hits or maybe the second fewest in franchise hits. You're probably still looking at a 25-31 team next year.
Hear the squealing in this one?
Even if Victor takes another step. What's going on, Bobby? Hey, there, buddy. Good to hear from you. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, I guess we got to try the other one.
In the first one seed and the end of night.
The Western Conference. Something else that I want to go back to that you kind of hinted at, but also you talked about it as a part of the article, is those draft assets that the San Antonio Spurs have been able to acquire, and there's been conversation about a number of players that they may want to surround Wemby with. And one of those, of course, is Trae Young. But I was wondering, from your perspective, what makes sense, especially thinking as that GM and that front office insider, what's your perspective on how they should build, who and how they should build?
I think, as you guys know, I mean, there's always going to be one of those two teams that loses in the first round, and it's going to be like, okay, we need to kind of shuffle the deck here. Is that going to be Cleveland this year? Does Darius Garland all of a sudden become available if Cleveland loses in the first round? That's probably a name that I would circle. Trae is interesting here because eventually you're going to have to figure out the Jonathan.
Wow, so this one's generating RF trash that drives itself and this one nuts. Okay, I don't even know if it's worth taking this one. The contest, the Panasonic is hot, and this is hot.
Guy to kind of things a little bit here. So I do think there's going to be, I thought Trey Jones did a nice job this year, but I kind of see him kind of in more in a backup role. But there'll be somebody available. There always is. But it's a matter of, do they want to kind of accelerate this rebuild with all this draft equity they have?
Bobby, you talked about Wemby's competitive nature.
I think I'm going to have to leave this one at home. Sorry. This one was it was a waste of money. Flat out, it was a waste of money. I mean, it kicks ass on FM, but it's heavy. It's noisy and useless on AM. And this one just dominates it. So I think the race is going to be, we're going to take these two. And I think the race is going to be tight. I think we should take a minute and pop this open and look at the inside. I was really impressed with how well this worked out in the desert, as you'll see coming up in the video. And just overall, the design, it's pretty well thought out. I like the 18650 battery. I like the fact that it comes with a hard and a soft case. Rechargeable. It just seems really well thought out. I believe it's got an internal AM bar antenna, which we're going to find out. And yeah, this one's is starting to get a pretty good thumbs up from me. Well, I'm not going to go any further than this because it's not coming open easy and I don't want to destroy it. But you can see it clearly has a very nice AM bar antenna in it that's almost the length of the whole entire radio. And the attention to detail on this thing is, for something like this, is just excellent. Just like the little foam pad right here. The rubber feet. I breached the quality control warranty screw there, but it's got 3 screws on top holding it together, 3 on the bottom. All I would do is add, if it would decode sideband, so like a BFO, so you could listen to ham stuff, because it works really good on shortwave. And if it did AM stereo, that would be kind of cool, but I guess that's pretty low priority these days. It does, I believe it does FM stereo out of the headphones. I like how lightweight it is. I like the fact that it uses an 18650. I like that it comes with a hard and soft case. It works good. It sounds good. You can vary the bandwidth. This wasn't cheap. I got it off of AliExpress. It was not sponsored. But hell, it has a real bar antenna in it. This is like a legit AM/FM radio right here. Yeah, I wish it was made somewhere else, but, you know, we all wish. Turn it off. Let me get a time check. What is it? 02:30? Yep. Okay. And that's the moon. And yeah, we're doing another mine and radio check out here, but it's gotten so hot. That's what happens. The temperature spikes out here, and it gets to the point where you have to move at night because you just go through too much damn water during the day. Anyway, we're headed out. Is it cool? I hate it when people point in videos. We're headed out that way about 3 miles. And definitely a different look. The moon is setting. What time is it, like 4?
Yeah, it's just past 4.
We can actually see some stars out here. That must be the sun coming up back there. Crap, we do not want to be above ground when the sun comes up. There it goes. Wow, it's dropping quick, man. Like in 1 minute, it'll be gone. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. So we're just got about another 1.5 miles to go. Mystery mine, we couldn't find any pictures or anything on. And there it is, it's gone. Okay, well, here we are. We found it. Oh crap, the sun is starting to come up. Got to find a place to hide from that. Can do some morning DX on the radios. Well, another sand trap. And there are some animal tracks there, but no human tracks. What do you think that is? A little fox or something?
That's what I think.
Wow, that's a beauty. And check that out because of all the awesome rain we've had. Shall we pull the radios out and try them out real quick before we go in? Yeah. Here comes the sun. Okay, we got, where did it say it was? Vancouver, Canada.
Businesses and homes are under a boil water advisory. From Sportsnet Radio, here's Marcus Fitzgerald.
NHL playoffs will get underway for the Vancouver Canucks tomorrow with Vancouver and the Nashville Predators dropping the puck in Game 1 of the series at 7 o'clock, and you can see it on Sportsnet. 2 games on the slate today. At 2 o'clock, it's the Islanders and Carolina Hurricanes, then the Leafs and Bruins in Boston in Game 1. Leafs will drop the puck at 5 o'clock, and you can see it on Sportsnet. MLB, the Blue Jays and San Diego Padres first for 3.
All around preaching the gospel. So, I mean, that's going to be profound. Every creature will hear in their own language. This is just like so supernatural.
I think we just lost it. I think it just got replaced.
God is providing right there salvation to the whole world during.
That's it. It just, I mean, we're, here, hold this. We're right at sunup. So we're getting this kind of weird. Something wrong with this radio. Hear how it's got that wing, wing, wing. That.
Yeah.
Here, you want to hold the camera here.
Many of our legislators are going He's also want to make sure
Even longer in its performance art.
This is great. Wouldn't you take the time to watch a video of all this noise and garbage and trash?
Of course.
I mean, this is great.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Right. So we're looking for the hokey pokey here. I cannot believe I'm listening to the hokey pokey with no sleep.
After
It actually sounds intelligent right now.
It does.
I want slow.
how does he take this?
There it is.
Estás escuchando el sonido de las grandes bandas.
I'm starting to lose it on the other one.
These radio stations out of Mexico, man, are excellent. I've on AM. Okay. So there's the Panasonic. Fading out quick. Listen to that. Okay, and on the digital one. Crank up the bandwidth here. I don't know, the performance is pretty close, but this one sounds cleaner. You think this one sounds cleaner?
I think so.
Yeah, I think the Panasonic is.
Yeah, definitely cleaner.
pause it. We'll wait for it to come to an end.
El sonido de las grandes bandas, solo por la grande.
We'll pause it. Here, go ahead, roll.
Before, during, or after travel. If you will be traveling to visit someone who is at a higher risk of getting very sick from COVID-19, or if you're in a situation with a greater risk of exposure during travel. Pack these tips on your next adventure. And remember, travel safely, Nevadans. This message is sponsored by...
How do you keep promoting something that doesn't work?
I know.
I mean, when do people like catch on that...
Are you following your COVID travel safety tips?
Free consultation and get your summer specials now.
A birdie. This is the Panasonic on FM.
Control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need...
The sensitivity is comparable, but it's like the detector's out of alignment and it sounds distorted.
Oh, hello.
This was our makeshift idea for a place to get some rest, which this is probably the best yet. This is probably the highest rated sleeping quarters I've come up with yet. I think we're going to go down and explore the mine. And then the flowers, I think, will close up. The sun kind of burns them up. We might have to hike back during the day. I don't know. It's too hot down in that mine. problem with this sand is that it gets into everything. Wow, it's certainly a big shaft.
Yeah.
As my legs disappear. This is probably a fairly small. Wow. This is talc. This is lady's best friend for health and longevity. The nice thing about this is the sand covers up the dust. So here's the first level. It's a walking ladder. And the neat thing is no one's been here. I couldn't find anyone who's been to this one. Probably because it was fairly hard to get to. Actually, the temperature is not too bad down here.
It cooled down a little bit.
I think you sort of... Either that, it was just the contrast between being cold outside and now it's hot outside. Well, there were rails, so they had ore cars in here. Von Dior. Honey, those ladders are not safe. Dude, I love this wiring.
So who climbs ladders to clean their gutters?
Dad, I keep telling you it's dangerous.
Climbing ladders is too dangerous.
This is the bottom level. No, I don't think it is the bottom. This is what you call a slush ramp, slusher ramp. I think that's what they call this. Basically what they're doing is they're using this ramp to push the ore up, manually shoveling it up, and then pushing it off this thing onto the ore car. No modern trash, no one comes here. This one is super remote. We're multimillionaires now. Apparently we're not at the bottom yet. What is this? Oh, that's a bolt. It's one of them square head bolts. More asbestos, more asbestos, more asbestos. This is old-ass cloth Romex. Oh, look at that. Drive a nail into the talc and wrap it around. Burgundy. California burgundy with a hot spot. There we go. Yeah, that was not the bottom because there's still... Oh, boy. Oh, no, here's the bottom.
The bonus level.
The bonus level. With Romex. Guess we got away from the frickin' cloth knob and tube and went to... Okay, get the hot spot out of there. There we go. Everybody loves the artifacts. Like, look at this. What is this? Cucamonga. What is Tokay? Bottled at our winery in Cucamonga, California. I guarantee you that is not there anymore. God, it's all like nasty and greasy and... What do we got there? Oh. Money-making business. Oh, buenos dias. You know what that means?
Goodbye.
No.
What?
Good days or good morning.
Oh. Good morning.
I am. Danger.
Peligro.
I haven't got that far yet. I'm still like in kindergarten. Wow. Check that out. It changed to red. Oh. Wow, the camera is not really picking it up, but it changed from white to red.
Yeah.
Isn't this red?
It is red.
This is a screw-on drill head, drill bit. See, there's the water hole right there for the jackleg drill. There's a lubricating water hole. What do we got here? French's pure prepared mustard with no barcode. This is all, what, 1950s?
Yeah.
Oh, look at it's labeled sugar. Milk. How about this for a salad dressing? Mustard, milk, vinegar, salt, sugar. Does that say beet? And ultra light and fluffy.
Interesting.
24 ounces. This is paper that dynamite was wrapped in. Got the keywords going in this one, don't we? Oh, look at right there.
What? The stick?
Oh, that's a stick.
Yeah. I wish. I've been looking.
I'm sure it's here. You just have to look harder.
Uh-huh.
Wait, what does yours say?
Free booklet inside. Learn
How much per year?
7,000 to 12,000 a year.
What year is that?
It does not say.
Probably about the same, 1975.
Yeah.
12,000, that's $1,000 a month. So that's probably about right. Probably in 1975, the average rent was probably about $250.
Wow.
See, that's what's shifting now.
Yeah.
Today, rent would be, your income would be,
You could. You'd be homeless making.
Yeah, your rent now, if it was $1,000, or I mean, if your income now was $1,000, your rent would be $650, and your insurance would be $900.
Ooh, I found a pack of Camels.
Really?
Yeah. Drink it.
Pregnant women can drink. Pregnant women are encouraged to smoke. No, well, what does this say?
I think that says something about littering.
You sure it doesn't have a? Can you read the date on the tax stamp? This is back to the first level. We didn't do this one, but I think we should take a look while we're here, because I don't plan on coming back here. This is the end of these type of carcinogenic death mines. Oh, blackout. What do we get? No, nothing. Come on. Fighting with this stupid frickin' Phoenix light. I hate this thing. I absolutely... It just, the software is so buggy, it just crashed. You have to take the battery out and let it reboot. Photo flash. Yeah, out of a steel can. Wow, these are actually flash bulbs, like one-time use.
That's cool.
Flash bulbs. Man, imagine. And I think, is this the, there's like this hair in the bulbs that explodes.
Okay.
Can you imagine using this dinosaur shit to... Every time you take a picture, you have to rewind the film, set everything up, and then screw one of these in and pop it. Someone probably took them. This is the bell button. So this would ring a bell up at the top, the hoist house, to tell the hoistman to pull the load up. Start the winch and pull the thing up the slide, the skip car. Well, what I can say about this is, even though it's not loaded with the artifacts that I'd like to see, I don't see any evidence that anyone has been here in a long time. There's no modern trash, no footprints, no cigarette butts. And I mean, look at, this is the walking ladder, right? Look at how it just disappears into the sand. This mine is very remote, and that sort of makes it cool. It's not one of the mines where the videos of it are smeared all over everywhere.
And technology time. This is radio station WWB, Fort Collins, Colorado, broadcasting on internationally allocated standard carrier frequencies of 2.5, 5, 10, 15, and 20 megahertz, providing time of day, standard time interval, and other related information. Inquiries regarding these transmissions may be directed to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, radio station WWV, 2000 East County Road 58, Fort Collins, Colorado, 80524.
Sounds clean, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, what time is it? 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
So we're hiding under the ore bin, trying to stay out of the sun.
At the tone, 21 hours, 1 minute, coordinated universal time.
because the sun is brutal right now, and you could just... This is one of the hottest places on Earth, right? Right?
Yep.
Yeah, we're...
Place on Earth.
Huh?
The hottest place.
Oh, this is the hottest place on Earth. Okay, I gave up the location.
Whoops.
So, and yeah, it's not the total heat of summer, but it's still like kind of inhospitable. Yeah, it's coming in on 10 and 15 right now. You can actually barely hear KNX out here. I swear when KNX added the FM, they turned the power down. I know they're a 50 kilowatt Class A station, but who's ever going to check up on that? I mean, they don't enforce any laws pretty much on anything anymore. Why would they enforce this? What's the FCC going to do? Go out and look at the electric bill and, oh, why'd your electric bill drop 50%? Because it used to be a lot stronger. I mean, you used to be able to get it out here during the day. And with this radio, really should. And the Panasonic is picking up KNX almost exactly the same as this one. These two are very, very, very comparable in sensitivity. There's a station playing country music on 5:50 a.m. and it's completely, well, the noise is coming from the recorder, but again, the performance between these two radios is just so identical, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievably close. I just discovered something with this, and I didn't realize that I didn't know this. This has an internal antenna for the AM. It's not using the telescoping antenna like the other, whatever that Guzizu or whatever that one was with all the squealing. Because we tried hooking a long wire to it, nothing. When with it down, it's performing the same.
High-efficiency tankless water heaters, boilers, and the new MPF hydro furnace. Next level comfort, perfect for your home and the environment. Learn more at hydrofurnace.com. Michael Grove, coming on with one out in the top of the fourth inning. Joey Wendell on third base. And the leadoff batter, Brandon Nimmo, stepping in. The infield hitter, Grove was excellent. Wednesday, he worked 3 innings.
Yeah, this thing has a bar antenna in it.
Results of strikeouts.
This thing wins the award, hands down. I got a ton of recommendations for this, and this is the one to buy right here. This is the one to buy. We're heading out. Been a pretty brutal day. From what I could tell, it got up to about 105 today in the shade, and the dehydration is kicking in, even though I really try to prevent that. Just showing people the flowers bonus hole. Of course, these are the desert wildflowers because of the all the rain we've had. You get white and purple and different daisies, and it's very colorful. Sunset. Nice and orange. And then here comes Mr. Moon. Can we zoom in on Mr. Moon? Not really. Hey, what we're going to do is we're going to try the solid state 1L6 out here in the desert in a low signal environment. We're just going to... This is the upgraded 1L6, and we'll see how the noise floor sounds. I'm going to pull the 1LA6 out. That was nice. Okay. Okay, now is the moment of truth. We got the RF amp in. We'll see how noisy it is.
Popular with the gays, okay? Just for they love us. We get along great. I sound like Trump, yeah. Great relationship with the gays. We love the gays. We have a lot.
Jesus 16 wrote about Eucharistic transformation.
Right, we're not transformed into just somebody else. We're transformed into looking like Jesus. And so if Jesus himself forms his life...
There's still the hiss there. Hear it?
That's whom we're worshiping, and we become like...
Smashing together of all...
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jimmy Buffett. Well, I'll say this. It has a lot more gain. It's a lot louder. But the hiss is still there, but it's vastly, vastly improved. I should see how this music station comes in on a little Chinese radio. Okay, here it is. It's 1480. And it's kind of faded out, but... The Zenith wins. Zenith wins over the Chino radio, but it's close. Okay, this is 1600. I don't know, the performance is real close, but that the Zenith is kicking ass with the solid state tube now. Much improved. I mean, this is real DX right here. This is a real DXer right now. Waiting for a station ID here. We're close to the top of the hour. Welcome to the modern America. You have the Chinese DX station fighting with this.
अगन बिम जल पीतर निपजै काहे कम उपा मेरे साहिबा
You know, it's a trip. This is probably the radio that these guys would have been out here listening to. This is radio's like 1950. This is it, man.
Yeah,
this is it. The guys out here working these mines at this time on a Saturday night would have probably been listening. Well, they wouldn't have been listening to this. I don't think 1950s America would have tolerated this on the airwaves, but what do I know? No station ID for you. Boy, that's an interesting combo. Now the Chinese station is starting to override this one. They kind of go back and forth. I give up.
Water from every faucet.
Really, nothing beats these as far as DX. I mean, the modern little tiny pocket radios that, you know, they're pretty good, but this thing, when these Transoceanics work right, they're hot. They dominate. I had to do a quick little band scan. You can just see how hot this thing is.
All in one place, the Irvine Auto.
That's KNX.
Your work right now.
details. Sí. So we're going a los cuarteles. El siglo del logotipo de los Pumas. Got bored and decided to go back to practice again. And if you know, around him, and I think the other thing was segunda.
They're studying to show that?
Little SOS band.